Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today we're going to be doing a haul video of stuff that we picked up this weekend. We drove everywhere. Well, this time we didn't leave our area too much. We didn't drive like last weekend an hour away, and no. But we still did like a half a tank of gas, if not more. And I've got a small pile of plush. I've got some treasures to share with you.
And a giant pile of jeans.
Yes, tons of jeans. So it is what it is. I'm going to be grateful we're finding anything. And I'll just deal with the low plush. And hopefully we'll go to the bins. We're going to St. Louis in less than a month. Right? Yep. Less than a month.
So we're going to St. Louis the week of Independence Day. We're going to go to the bins, and then while we're there, we're going to go to a family reunion.
So let me show you the plush that I picked up, and I mean literally, this is it. And I'll tell you a funny story here in a second. I am thinking, oh, this was a half price thing. So I paid $1.50. It is Jurassic Park Toy Factory. It's probably going to be bread and butter, but like we always say, I was trying, if I buy one thing, maybe I'll start finding more. But it didn't work out that way. Zoobles. This was half price also. It was $1. I think I Google Lens this, and I'm hoping like $15 or so for it. It's just one of the knit Christmas. I think it made it a little bit special, like the My First Dolls. All right, I paid up for this. It was $4. It has his hat. He's got some marks on him. I think I can get off with magic eraser. My problem is look at his vest. It's really dirty. But I bought it because of this. He did have his guitar. Hopefully it works. This is one of those battery ones. This is Hasbro 2002. I'm hoping 25-ish if I can get him cleaned up well enough. Hello Kitty. This one is Thai. It's probably going to be bread and butter. You picked this up, didn't you, at some yard sale?
You were being lazy and sitting in the truck because it was hot.
It was hot.
You were irritated that we weren't finding a bunch of toys, and they said their plush was 50 cents. So I picked this up and
this one
and that one and handed it to her while I was talking to the guy about his Legos.
Yes. We found a kid selling his Legos. Now, I'd have bought it, except he was wanting like $5, and they were Lego City. And he was wanting $5 a bag. He claimed they were complete. But a lot of them were only going to sell for $10 or $12. And I didn't want to spend that kind of money. It was either $5 a bag. Some of them were $30. Some, the prices were all over. And then he said $150 for all of them. But I could have made money. Have you ever seen those deals? You could make money, but I would have had to put all the sets together, which means I would have had to pay RJ to put the sets together. I don't think it was going to end up being as profitable as I would like it to be.
Not for the time invested.
Right. No projects, right?
And he and his mom sat down and they were sure that the pieces were all there because they took all of them apart individually because they had been put together.
Right.
And they took them apart individually and made sure which ones had all the pieces. But
I still would have wanted to put it together
absolutely.
To make sure.
Yes. Yep. You don't want to rely on somebody else's saying it's all there.
Nope. And then a Snow White dwarf plush. I'm guessing, is this? Oh, wait. It says it right up here, Bashful. I was thinking it was him. Probably still going to be bread and butter. They don't do very well. Then I picked up 2 Pokemon plush. I think they were 50 cents or $1. This one is, so hopefully, I'm not sure if it also needs, yeah, it's probably supposed to make sounds. Well, that's good. I'm not sure. I'm hoping $10, $15 for it. And then this one. Not sure where the noise thingy is. Again, I'm hoping $15 or so for it. And found one lovey. One lovey. Paid $1 for it. It's a koala. You know, koalas don't do as well as some of the others, like the dogs and the cats. It is child of mine Carter's, though. Again, I'm hoping bread and butter. And then I knew when I saw these that they were, I'm pretty sure, IKEA. And the little kid was so excited that I was going to buy something from them. And then they were selling lemonade. And I don't normally buy the lemonade. That's a Robert thing. But then they came over and they were like, what kind of lemonade do you want? So, of course, I had to buy the lemonade and drink the lemonade while I was standing there being stared at. And
now, mind you, you get about, for your $1, you got about 25% of a cup of lemonade.
Yeah, it was itty bitty and it was so sweet. I am not a sweet drinker, you know.
But she was what, 4 maybe?
Yeah. And then I picked these up, and as I'm looking them over, this little girl just got so, oh, Mommy, she's buying some toys. And then I saw, you know, this one has a tear in it. And this one just had some wear. And then I did realize, I think they are IKEA. I'm still going to list them, even with the issues, but probably for like $12 or $15 for the 2 of them. And I paid $2 each. No, I paid $1 each. There we go, $1.
But you made some little kids very happy.
I did. That little, and then, you know how 4-year-olds are, right? They tell everything while you're standing there. And so she's like, yeah, remember, Mommy? We bought those at a yard sale. And she just kept going on and on and on and on about that. And the mom's just like, hurry up and leave, hurry up and leave, hurry up and leave. They're cute. They're cute. I'll sell them together. All right, and then I'm going to just thought this was a really good find. I hope I don't regret it. But I bought this box of new with tag Victoria's Secret underwear and bras, I think. I don't think I can go wrong. And I looked through them. Most of them are Victoria's Secret. So, they have their little tags. I guess the lady bought them and they weren't the right size and didn't take them back. She had some nice clothes. I ended up buying like a couple of dresses and some shirts, and they were all $1 each. So she had nice clothes. It was just some of it. It wasn't anything I wanted to buy. So I think I'm going to do very well with this. But, they're all Victoria's Secrets with their tags. But I haven't normally sold underwear and bras unless they're in the package. But I'm thinking this will be all right.
I'm going to tell a story that there's a yard sale that happens every year here on downtown. And this girl, what is she, 15, 16 years old? And we've been there for the past 3 years. Mm. And every time we go there, everything's really cheap. And she's trying to make money for vacation.
Or summer, a trip to the beach, I think. And
there's this giant pile of clothes. And most of them have, defects that we're just not going to buy. But I try to buy stuff there. And, you figure if you got kids, like the little boy that was trying to flag us down to buy the lemonade, and I try to be supportive of that sort of thing if they're making a really good effort. So I dug through and I found some jeans to buy, and she said, everything over here is individually priced, and this side everything's a quarter, but everything is half price.
Oh, that's where the 2 plush came from that I shared with you guys that were half price.
And I thought, oh, those clothes are a quarter. But no, it was literally 2 jeans for a quarter.
Yeah.
And there's a guy that we see frequently.
Prominent.
People know him around town, and he runs a business, and he got something. He's a reseller essentially, and he got something for a quarter, and he went over and she said, oh, it's 2 for a quarter, and he's like, oh, I need to go find something else. And I thought, dude, you got the thing you wanted for a quarter. You really, really got to go back.
Just give her a quarter.
And try to squeeze another 12.5 cents out of this girl.
Ours might have been, $2.25, but we're going to give them extra money because, she's put this together and the weather was getting ready to get bad anyways.
When kids are being entrepreneurial and when they're putting forth some effort, you don't have to squeeze every penny out of them that you can.
No.
Show them some support. I buy a lot of bad lemonade.
He walks away with it, gets to the truck, dumps it. Because, yeah, a lot of times it's not good. But I'm not a sweet drink. You know, I don't drink sweet tea. I don't drink sodas unless I have to.
I'm not even sure why I agreed to a second date. I probably didn't know about the tea thing.
All right, and then let me show you my treasures, and then I'll see how much time we have left. I think I want to do that. So I've got a mystery box to share with you, but let me share my treasures first. Oh wait, first this. We went to a really nice yard sale. I had gone last year and bought a whole bunch of McDonald's vintage toys. And then we knew this was going to be the same yard sale. And this year, what little she had left, instead of them being, $2 and $3 and $5 a bag like they were last year, they were 50 cents a bag. I found a few more, but I mean, last year I bought a lot. So here's some of the first things I picked up. 50 cents a bag. So of course I picked up the little tykes. I've got one small lot going right now. I'll end it and add these to it, and just keep doing what I'm doing.
These are the people that said, go ahead and take the $130 worth of stuff and just come back and pay us tomorrow.
Yeah, we spent like $130, but we didn't have the money. And they were like, just take it, bring us the money back tomorrow. These, she was selling some of her adult son stuff. So these were $2. They are Galoob, 1997. I don't think they had the figures in there, but I'm going to do a little bit of research because I also found, is this it? Oh yeah, I did find a small bag of Star Wars, like micro figures. So you can see right there. Look how little they are. And I'm hoping maybe I'll get lucky and the figures for these will be in there, because these open up and they're kind of like the boy version of Polly Pockets. There's a scene inside of here in each one. So there was that. I thought these were interesting. I don't remember seeing them. So I paid 50 cents. There's 2 of these, and look, they're full of like little nuggets. I don't know if I've ever had these before. Look, little people. We've got Sonia dressed up in her McDonald's outfit. Then just a little people mom, and then a Hamburglar figure, 50 cents. And I hadn't seen these before. They are beach toy blow-ups. Ronald McDonald and Grimace. Paid 50 cents each for them. And I'm hoping, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks for the 2. And then this was $2. I've got some of these listed. Those are the small fries or fry guys. So I'll see. I'll just add them to the lot I already have going. I think I picked up some at the Sasha Doll place. That's why I've got some going. But here's my treasures. Now I paid up for these. I paid, I think right here, $30 for the pirate ship. And I want to say 50 or 55 for the castle. But these are Fisher-Price Great Adventures series stuff. I talk about the knights and the pirates and the western towns. These were all like the 90s. There was a Robin Hood set. Just lots of them. Here's the figures. Some of the pirate figures. I showed them recently in a haul. I think I picked up a couple of knights. But they look like these. These are in really nice condition. It's got the rest of the parts to the ship. The masts were often broken, but these look fine. There's ropes. Lots of pirates. Lots of cannonballs to shoot out of the cannons. It also had one of the side rafts that could go with it, along with the figures. I paid $2 for the raft and this bag of figures. These are very intriguing. They're like masked and they look glow in the dark, to be honest. And some of these figures were glow in the dark. Y'all, probably will list this somewhere between $200 and $300. It's a pain to ship. They're going to be large and need to be in a large box. But yeah, the ship probably $200 to $300. And then the castle, these are going to go with the castle. There's a set of 2 of them. I'll just go ahead and include them. There's 3 balls that shoot out of it. Let me show you. Yeah, and yeah, I paid $55 for the castle. And you got to be careful when you're buying these castles. A lot of people will buy these and strip them because you can sell the turret covers, the cannon that's right here. This part opens and shuts. But this one is, as far as I can tell, complete. You know, it's dusty, but not dirty, which is very nice. The stickers are in excellent condition. A lot of times these have been left outside and the stickers are all yuck. And then, here. And then there was a bag of the knights. So I've got black knights and gold knights and some of the furniture. And I saw comps. I think the comp that I looked at may have had some extra figures and stuff, which I do have a few more I can throw in here. But between $300 and $400 this set will get listed for. And, you know, hopefully come fourth quarter, this will be something to, you know, hopefully it'll sell during fourth quarter for me. Let's just say that. But lots of figures here. Definitely keep your eyes open for the Great Adventures Fisher Price. Y'all, I knew I wasn't going to be keeping these for my wall. Because I knew as soon as I saw them, even at the price that they were selling them for, that it was definitely a good pickup. That series, like I said, was from the 90s, like 95, 97. And it's very popular still.
I did a Google lens on one of the men, the guy with the sword, and somebody has him listed for 17, just by himself.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. I could make a lot of money probably trying to list each one, but this is one of those times I will keep it as a set. So I've got a small bag of plush that I've just realized. Oh, I found these at Goodwill, so I'll show these even though he won't let me show. He's vetoed the mystery box. But Dakin sold for $2.99. Look how cute. Big old mouse plush. I'm hoping 25 plus for it. And then I found this. I've already forgotten what it was, but look. It is Disney. I paid $2.99 for it. I'm going to have you Google Lens it real quick. I don't know. Something about Runaway Railway. Maybe it's like a Disney Junior thing.
It says Chubby, Chuuby bird.
And do you see any comps on there?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway. There's, assuming this is the same thing, it sold for $30.
So yeah, and I paid $2.99. So I was thrilled. And then Robert found this. Where was this at?
Good Habitat.
Oh, Habitat. Yeah, we ran in there, picked up not very much that day, did we? Just a couple things. I had to go to the VA to take care of some paperwork. So we tried to hit all the thrifts that day. But, y'all, this is Monopoly. It is sealed. It is A.O. Smith, 150 years of innovation. I think A.O. Smith is a water heater company. Is this a water heater? Oh, this is a scale.
Oh, it might be.
Oh, it is a water heater.
Yeah, I think they do make water heaters.
Yeah, there's a in Johnson City. There's an A.O. Smith factory. Because I used to work for a temp agency, many of my jobs, and I think we hired for A.O. Smith. But paid $6 for it. And what did you find for comps?
Pre-owned, I'm going to do this. It's showing one listed, and then I'm going to flip it over to solds real quick. and see what the solds are.
Yeah, the search has been wanky on the app.
And then I'm going to go back to the listeds. And now I have 6 of them listed.
So 6 listed.
When I looked it up that day, there was a sold for $75. The current listings for pre-owned are $40, and then for new it is $150, $500, and $70.
All right, and any solds?
No, it said there were none this time, but there was one for 75 or 79 the other day. So the search is now there's one sold, 75. So the search is really bizarre on my phone. It doesn't always bring back the same results.
So 75, and we paid 6 for it. So sometimes, and y'all, I would have walked right by, because most Monopoly games are not worth much. I know there's a few, some of the Disney ones maybe, but that did not even catch my attention. But he went there because we had bought puzzles the week before, and he was going to go see, if there were any of them left, and they weren't. They were all gone. All right, so I'll share my mystery box in the next video, but it's time for lunch and get a little bit of work done. So time to work, y'all. Bye.